Open it. Almost. Everything's gonna be fine. Just find it.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see. I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez, and I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. You focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. Come on, you're great with her. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew, as soon as I make the connections I need. I know, but that's where I come in. We are. You'll see. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too. See this? This is what's going to keep you and Mary safe. I promise. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days. No, it's okay. I got her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough. Listen, it's going to be great here. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. That's right. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. If you pay me. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. So who do you want dead? There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. That's the way you want to do it? Suit yourself. I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more. and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, I'm still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if she somehow got thawed out. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. Better. You talking about that kid we got from the vault? Should everything be purple? Turned out I was the only one to ever get these installed. At least that's the story I heard. Some kind of complications is all they'd say. I suppose they didn't much care if something scrambled my brains. Anyway, by that point I wouldn't let them take the implants out. Come to rely on them too much. Which, looking back, probably one of the reasons they agreed to it in the first place. Give them some leverage over me. You're sure these are gonna work, right, Doc? So what's the big crisis this time? Forget I said anything. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Left? As in... But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive. What do you want? I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out. I think I do. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never like to.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you. It's okay. Capture and return, or just elimination? Don't worry about it, Doc. Bye. Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. This was my reward for the vault job. I'd started getting implants a few years back, but only minor stuff. This was the full deal. The cutting-edge tech they didn't usually let out of the lab. I volunteered for everything. Figured I didn't have anything to lose. Besides, this was kind of their thing. Like killing people was my thing. Why not see what they could do for me? One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that. You already explained all that. It's gonna be worth it, right? Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. If anything like this had ever happened before, I'd never heard of it. Maybe a sign that the old man was losing his grip. Finding someone in the glowing sea wasn't going to be any picnic. But I never expected an Institute egghead to give me so much trouble. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn.
At least we still have the backup.
Open it.
Almost. Everything's going to be fine. God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once. At least we still have the backup. So, here we are. Funny, huh? You came a long way. Let's hear it. Let's, talk? Don't worry about it, Doc. Should everything be purple? You talking about that kid we got from the vault? You already explained all that. It's gonna be worth it, right? Better. You see these are gonna work, right, Doc? Okay. You made it. I'm just up ahead. My synths are standing down. Let's talk. Never expected you to come knocking on my door. Gave you 50-50 odds of making it to Diamond City. After that, figured the Commonwealth would chew you up like jerky. Look, you're pissed off, I get it, I do. But whatever you hope to accomplish in here, it's not gonna go your way. Yeah, if it isn't my old friend, the frozen TV dinner. Last time we met, you were cozying up to the peas and apple cobbler. You got guts and determination. It's admirable. But you are in over your head in ways you can't possibly comprehend. It's not too late. Stop. Turn around and leave. You have that option. Not a lot of people can say that. Sorry your house has been a wreck for 200 years, but I don't need a roommate. Leave. Don't toy with me. We know a girl here found some pre-war data related to energy research, and you're gonna give it to us. Look, I'm a reasonable man, but the Institute wants that data. You got 2 days to get it for me, and then we do this the hard way. Right to it then, huh? Okay. Fine. Your son, Sean. Great kid. A little older than you may have expected, but I'm guessing you figured that out by now. But if you're hoping for a happy reunion, ain't gonna happen. Your boy's not here. That's the spirit. You know, you surprise me, I have to admit. I find myself actually kind of liking you. You might have actually been a good mother. And I admire your dedication, even if it is ultimately useless. Your husband, that was a regrettable accident. Still, this world, this life, you've seen it. Pain, suffering. Death is its only escape. But don't worry, Sean's fine. Maybe a little older than you expected, huh? But I can't give him to you, 'cause he ain't here. And there she is, the most resilient woman in the Commonwealth. Lady, I'm just a puppet like you. My stage is a little bigger, that's all. Sean's a good kid. So maybe he's not quite a baby anymore, but he's doing great. Only, he's not here. He's with the people pulling the strings. God, you're persistent. I give you credit. It's the way a parent should act. The way I'd be acting if I were in your place, I like to think. Even if it is useless. Yes, you have. And believe it or not, I'm actually kind of sorry you wasted your time. In another life, you probably would have been a good mother. But here, in this terrible reality, you just don't get that chance.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. What's the holdup?
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice. Just gonna stare. Nothing to say. What? Don't want to talk?
That's the spirit. You know, you surprise me, I have to admit. I find myself actually kind of liking you. I admire your dedication to fatherhood, even if it is ultimately useless. Right to it then, huh? Okay, fine. Your son Sean, great kid. Little older than you may have expected. But I'm guessing you figured that out by now. But if you're hoping for a happy reunion, ain't gonna happen, pal. Your boy's not here. Let him go. Your time's done. Your son is exactly where he belongs. He's home. In the Institute. Yes, you have. And believe it or not, I'm actually kind of sorry you wasted your time. In another life, you probably would have been a good father. But here, in this terrible reality, you just don't get that chance. Your wife, that was a regrettable accident. Still, this world, this life, you've seen it. Pain, suffering. Death is its only escape. But don't worry, Sean's fine. Maybe a little older than you expected, huh? But I can't give him to you, because he ain't here. And there he is. Most resilient man in the Commonwealth. Funny. I thought I had that honor. Fine. I guess you've earned that much. Sean's in a good place, where he's safe and comfortable and loved. A place he calls home. The Institute. God, you're persistent. I give you credit. It's the way a father should act. The way I'd be acting if I was in your place, I like to think. Even if it is useless. But I think we've been talking long enough. We both know how this has to end. So, you ready? Pal, I'm just a puppet like you. My stage is a little bigger, that's all. Sean's a good kid. Bit older than you expected, am I right? But he's doing great. Only, he's not here. He's with the people pulling the strings. What's the cliche? So close, but yet so far away? That's Sean. But don't worry. You'll die knowing he's safe and happy. A bit older than you expected, but ah well. At least he's in a loving home. The Institute. Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the Institute. The Institute finds you. You open the closet. It's just a closet. You can never find the monster that hides inside. Not until it jumps out at you. You can turn around right now. Go back the way you came. Sean. Now, besides being a bit older than you were expecting, I'm afraid he's not even here. So you see, it is the end of the line. But not the way you imagined. Take you to him. Like I could, even if I wanted to. Don't you get it? Your son, he's in a place nobody can reach. Sean's safe, at home. In the Institute.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
You're not as soft as I thought. Feel sorry for you. Came all this way for nothing. Sean's gone. You'll never see him again. Wasting your time. Not bad. That it?